Hi, Modern Ninja here, and this is going to be video 1 of the boxing tutorials, and I'm so happy. Finally got time on my hands to do a boxing tutorial for you guys, so here it is. And today's boxing tutorial is going to be about the basics of boxing. So, before you can actually start boxing, you need to know the basics. So, I mean, it's not really that hard, so bear with me. So, like... First, you gotta get your stance right. I don't know if you can see. Try to back up a little bit. That's not helping at all. Well, be shoulder width apart. I mean, your feet need to be shoulder width apart. Shoulder width. And depending on which foot you start off running with, this is how I do. This is what I'm comfortable with. Your power hand should not be in front. I mean, if you prefer it, go ahead, but occasionally I put my power hand behind me and my weakest hand to lead, like this, just like this. So it's like this. My left foot's in front, my right foot's behind, but they're shoulder width apart, and I'm on the balls of my feet, which is the toes and the beginning parts of your feet, not your whole foot on the ground, so you can, you know, bounce back and forth. And this is how you start off with, because this is going to be essential to moving around the ring right. I'll tell you about footwork on the next tutorial, but right now this is just for the throwing basics, the striking basics. So, you know, the first one that is usually the easiest to me is the jab. It's when you throw out your hand like this. Never do it like that. Never do it like this. Always have your knuckles facing up. You jab. I mean, this is, even if you do know it, it's okay, you know. I'll move on to people that already know what to do, but some people might not know a jab from a hook or uppercut. And then there's the hook, or that. It's when you come, I always call it a rip, because that's basically what you're doing. You're coming and you're ripping the face or you're ripping the body. But always have one hand back. One hand needs to be able to protect you, because not all the time you'll be able to jump out the way or duck. I mean, no matter how good your reaction time is, you're going to get tagged maybe once or twice. If you're really good, you won't get tagged at all, but that's still rare. I mean, you can never be too prepared. So, then there's the uppercut. Like this, or like that. Always have one hand protecting your face as you do so. So, if I'm swinging with this hand, have this hand right here. Have your right hand up to protect your face, or if I'm swinging with my right hand, have your left hand already up to protect your face. And usually what I do when I swing and get my combination off, I step back. Well, I can't really step back too much, you won't be able to see me, but you know, I might jab, hook, then I step back, and I keep on, you know, hop, or I move around the ring. Because typically, like, as I keep going with the tutorials, I'll be telling you warm-up techniques, good footwork techniques, all sorts of techniques to help you with your movement around the ring, because people may not realize it, but that first round, you'll see how tiresome it is moving around the ring and swinging. And you got to be swinging at full speed and full power. Because what people don't realize, boxing is sort of like running a marathon with a minute break in between it. Because as you're moving around the ring, you get fatigued. And keeping up your arms and getting hit, that's punishment on your whole body. Depending on where you get hit, face, stomach, arms, your legs are getting worked out because you're moving around the ring trying to get away. And believe me, footwork wins fights. Footwork wins. Believe me, it really does. I won many fights just by footwork. I mean, if there was no footwork, I don't think I would have won as much fights as I did, because, you know, there's mobility involved. But anyway, it wins fights. Also, you get real fatigued, and you got to condition your body for that fatigue. Like what I do, shuffling your feet. You know how people do side straddles or something like that? Get into their starting stance, and they shuffle their feet and go from side to side. I get probably about 7 foot distance, and I shuffle left and right for a good 3 minutes. Because that's usually what a round takes, depending on what recreational center, or if you're pro or amateur boxer. It depends. And the times are varying, but you know, practice doesn't hurt. Also, what's good is jump roping, shadow boxing, all different things. Also, a good sparring partner is good as well. But anyway, back to the basics so you can get a better view of it. Jab, hook, uppercut, and that's it. And basically, you stand on the balls of your feet, shoulder width apart. That's all you got to do. And when you're really good at it, you can do like this, because some people's stance are different. And please, I stress this a lot, do not use any slap boxing stance you use. That probably works in a slap boxing fight, which isn't even real, because like I said before, slap boxing is not a martial art. If it became a martial art, it's a very weak martial art, because it only involves slapping. I mean, I've seen guys come up like this. I mean, there's a few kickboxing stances like this, but if you're slap boxing, you're just slapping. You're not using your knees or your feet or anything like that. So don't be going in like this or like that or like this, unless you know what you're doing. And even if you do know what you're doing and you're just using a random slap boxing technique, don't do that. You'll either land flat on your face, you could get severely hurt. I mean, when it comes to stances, to me, I'll only use two stances. There was my speed stance, and there was a regular stance, the orthodox as I call it. And both stances involve me raising my hand and set the speed stance, where I have my jab, my left hand closer to my stomach, and my right hand high, but it was still behind. And I was like this. Sometimes on occasion I did like this, but I was only to fool my opponent to come in, because, you know, when you have certain level of speed that you know you can use, you can evade attacks and attack on them. Because what I say, a good offense is better than a defense in any day. A good offense is the best defense. But if you can't really attack like you want to, let them attack. Provoke them, make them mad. And when they get mad, rage makes you lose control of things. And yes, it may be a little bit dangerous for others. If you know what you're doing, when they get mad, they'll make mistakes. You can capitalize on those mistakes. So basically, guards, my guards like this, or like this, doesn't really matter. And that's basically all I have to tell you for this video. Hope you learned a little bit. I'll put another one up as soon as possible. Tell me what you guys want to learn. Next one, I was going to show you the conditioning exercises if I could. But yeah, subscribe, like it up, comment, share it. Please show me some love out here. I'm Modern Ninja. Please follow me if you can.